We have robotics in 2025. Welcome to week 1, and in true week 1 fashion, I don't have all the footage. Not naming any names, California. Come on, there are only 7 regionals, and California doesn't have the finals for 2 of them up on YouTube. I wanted to talk about the Citrus Circuits and Quicksilver absolutely breezing through the Pinnacles Regional. Or was it Wainimi? Doesn't matter because I can't talk about either because we don't have the finals matches from them. So instead, let's start things off with the Lake Superior Regional with the 2 seed of Megahertz and Tonkabots beating the 4 seed of Upper Creek Robotics and Lightning Turtles. This was a grudge match of match 11, which finals do seem to be with the double elimination bracket. Blue got 4 top tube in auto, while red only got 2. But the Lightning Turtles did get an algae on the barge in auto, which is neat. Also, watch this second piece of coral just taking its sweet time. The Turtles kept scoring algae. So much algae into the barge. In a strategy that seemed to be tube-based, very refreshing to see a team just bust out all this algae in a finals match, no less. Back and forth lead changes with algae matching tube, but all that blue tube made the difference. How else should the first regional end than with a double, triple, deep climb? The first one at Lake Superior coming in its final match. 10 points ain't a whole lot, but it's enough for the 2 seed to secure the victory. Going to the other side of the curtain at the Northern Lights Regional, we got Wild Stang once again leaving their mark on the Northern Lights Regional. Their 2 seed of Brute Force and Big Fork Backwoods Bots, can't make that name easy for me, took down the 3 seed of Patriotics, Ninjaneers, and Iron Raiders. Blue almost had the lead out of auto in finals 2, but one piece of coral just didn't want to get out of that grasp, which left it tied. Wild Stang got their Ferris wheel arm moving, and best believe they ain't wasting that algae. Barge Bot. They took care of mid-tube and balls as Brute Force took care of the top tube. Big Fork played very impressive defense in a week that didn't have a whole lot. That 2-seat tandem ran like clockwork as both sides got a bot up deep. Very pretty match as red gets the 43-point win. Moving down to the Monterrey Regional, we got a 1 seed versus the 2 seed in a playoff bracket that didn't see that many upsets or spoilers. It was mainly just smaller number beats bigger number. Botbusters and Pinoles versus Horus and Siberius. This match had some of the better defense we've seen this weekend. Mech Rams defended the blue coral stations while Siberius played mean defense on Botbusters and Pinoles. It proved super effective despite all that tube that red placed. Then Cerberus bottomed out, which let the 2 red scorers open up the floodgates. Didn't help blue that Monarch E tried to help their alliance partner, but you can't have 2 bots on the opposing side of the field at once. Penalties help, that tube helped, and endgame disparity definitely helped as Monarch E couldn't get up, as red got the triple deep climb. Peep the Pinoles buzzer beating climb for the 57-point win. Bouncing up to the Canadian Pacific Regional, in 2 can-pack fashion, only 2 of the 6 teams in finals are Canadian. The 1 seed was the Hawaiian Kids and Crusaders, both Hawaiian, with second pick Penticton Robotics from Penticton, British Columbia. The 2 seed was made up of Captain Aluminum Narwhals from San Diego and Chaos Theory from Bend, Oregon. The fairgrounds are right there. The second pick for the 2 seed was the Yellow Jackets from Calgary, so there you go. Auto ended tied because of some dropsies by Blue. If you live by the L4 Coral autos, you die by not getting the Coral placed on L4 in the L4 autos. This match showed the importance of defense when Pentictons bottomed out on Coral. Also showed the importance of scoring whatever you can. The 1 seed kept going for the top tube, but some didn't land, which cost time, while the top seed put that tube wherever. The score went back and forth as both sides got a double deep climb, but we need a third match. The first time that the Canadian Pacific Regional needed a finals tiebreaker, because if Blair's there, the hype's there. Chaos Theory's auto didn't hit like it should have, and Blue just completely ran away with it. The Yellow Jackets couldn't defend the Hawaiian duo as they almost maxed out the reef. Both sides went double deep again, but the Yellow Jackets this time bottomed out, and Blue got the 58-point win. Taking a look at the only California Regional I got footage for, Orange County Regional, with the 2 seed of Epic Robots and Nomad taking down the 4 seed of Warbots and Alliance Captain Robot Dolphins from outer space. Otto left the score tied as the 2 seed had the dropsies going for the top tube. Speaking of top tube, that seemed to be what the alliances were going for. We had 3009 and 8871 on defense for their respective sides, but both alliances still got plenty of tube up on those reefs. The 2 seed maxed out the mid and high tube placements, but drops and bounces still let seconds tick away off of those cycle times. Peep the algae shots from Epic as well. Both alliances got the double deep climbs in endgame, but the 2 seed got the event high score and the win. This is the part of the video where I would put the Pinnacles and Wainimi Port Regionals if I had the footage. So here's hoping they upload them so I could talk about them in an extras video. Speaking of extras, I want to talk about the first Israel district event. I normally never talk about district events in the regional recaps because I only talk about regionals and regionals recaps, but I just need to make an exception for this one. I knew a maxed out reef would happen eventually, but I was thinking week 3, week 4. Everyone was thinking it would happen like week 3 or week 4. Definitely not 48 hours into the season. Everyone knew 1690 was gonna break this game, which they did at the first Israel District event. 5674 Team Sycamore was still the #1 seed despite having one more loss than Orbit because ranking points go burr. Sycamore picked Orbit because duh. Then that duo put up 7 high tubes in auto. The auto was more than the 8 seed's entire score. Didn't help the 8 seed that Falcons succumbed to Tallbot syndrome at the very start of teleop. You can't keep up with this onslaught, especially with Metal Boost playing defense. Add 6 balls up top and 2 deep climbs and you got a record high score in the 223-51 game. That 1 seed put up a similarly high score in Finals 1, putting up 37 tubes in the same time it took the Thunderbolts and their two-seeded alliance to put up 12. See, Marble League fans, even in robotics I can still talk about Orbit beating the Thunderbolts. This shows that while scoring points in a game where you win by scoring the most points, defense is going to make the world a difference. Because you gotta slow those teams down somehow. The 1 seed went on to win the second finals, to win that district, and they just absolutely tore through it. Like, Orbit is gonna be on another tear, which I'll get to in the bits. Give me your thoughts about this week, and let me know what I should talk about in the bits, which is gonna happen after this video, because I'm gonna need your comments about what to talk about. I will see you then, as well as to recap the week 2 regionals. Until then, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember, gracious in victory, professional in defeat. Amen.
The results are in for finals match 3. I promise I'm not doing this to you on purpose.